If you want to talk about some of the best players in the league, then check out this series on the top contenders for MVP. And so for this one, let's talk about good old Justin Herbert.
The ball back, a lot has to happen. Herbert, end zone! Oh, what a grab! Touchdown!
Not many have made a better impression in their first 2 seasons as Justin. Over 4,000 yards as a rookie was insane, and crazy enough, less than 40 away from Luck's record, but still good enough numbers for my man to win Offensive Rookie of the Year honors and quickly become one of the best young players in football. I would say that there are not many out there that think Justin is anything short of special, and so going into last year, there were some who thought he could potentially win the MVP, and the same this time around. Justin is in the mix with guys like Joe and Josh, and for good reason. All are really good, super talented young quarterbacks, and it seems like all have a shot at taking home an MVP. There are a ton of insanely good non-quarterbacks out there, but for some reason, it's pretty much impossible for any of them to win the award outside of a one-of-a-kind year. So with that in mind, considering how well Justin has played over the past 2 seasons, if he can fine-tune his game a bit and get some more wins, then I think my man could win it no doubt. This MVP race is going to be competitive no matter how well Justin plays, but I think he's already proven that he could ball like not many others, and that type of play usually leads to some trophies. It doesn't guarantee that Justin will have an easy path to an MVP by any means, but if you and I know Justin, then he's going to put it all out on the field this year, and it could be enough to catch the football world by storm. Justin is about as humble as any player in the league, and so it makes it easier to root for him considering that he takes everything to the chin and has as much talent as anyone out there. Like I said before, it didn't take him any time to prove that he was special, and so it seems like it's only a matter of time before he takes that jump to superstardom. Feels like this could be the year for Justin to become one of those guys in the league, and usually that means winning MVP. I mean, Lamar did it, Mahomes did it, and now it seems like it's time for either Joe, Justin, or Josh to do it. It's a tough guess to predict who's going to win it this time around, but I think all of them have a good shot at it. I've already talked about how I think Josh has the best odds based off circumstances, and I stand by that, but I still think that Herbert has a decent shot as well. The Chargers added quite a bit of talent throughout the offseason, so I'm sure Justin will have plenty of opportunities to show that he deserves an MVP. The only real problem is all the competition. Not only does Justin have to just play great, but he really has to take his game to a whole nother level than before, and that's not a given no matter what it seems. Usually there are only 1 or 2 guys that have a real shot at winning some hardware, but since there are so many talented cats out there, it's going to be a battle for the ages. Of the bunch, I think Justin has one of the best chances, but I wouldn't say he's a favorite going into all this. There are so many great young quarterbacks in the NFL that it makes it that much more tough for someone to stand out. But considering that Justin has already made a name for himself in only 2 seasons, I don't think it would take that much more for him to pop off. Each year, my man has taken his game to another level, and I think that next jump could be to an MVP. The tricky part about all this is whether or not he makes that jump this year, or next year, or whenever the heck. But put simply, the fact that Justin passed for over 5,000 in his sophomore season, I would say proved that he's unique talent, and so I think the NFL is well aware of how much of a stud he is. It seems like a pretty simple thing to be recognized, but it gives Justin the ability to actually win the award, instead of just being seen as a great player. Usually it takes one potential MVP season for someone to have a chance the following year, and I think Justin has done that above and beyond. He's no longer underrated or undervalued, and so going into year 3, people know that he is the guy, and so if he could lead the Chargers to some legitimate success, then he could definitely end up an MVP. He just has that it factor, and he proved it early on, and so now he just keeps showing just how special he truly is. So with all that in mind, I think he'll win an MVP or 2 in the next decade or so, but if I had to guess how likely it is that he will win this season, I would give him like a 15% shot. I think Justin has about the same odds as Mahomes and Burrow considering that they're all in the mix, but I would say that it's really Josh's to lose. Anyways, what do you guys think? Is Justin going to take home some hardware, or does he still have a ways to go? Let me know your thoughts. Justin Herbert is one of the most impressive young players in the NFL, and so I think he has what it takes to become a superstar.
Herbert stops, launches deep, Jalen Guyton, he's got it!
Thanks for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below stuff you want next. But anyways, see you all soon, and peace out.